Hey, y'all. This week, President Trump's administration filed a lawsuit against North Carolina over its voter rolls, and it makes a similar argument as Jefferson Griffin, the guy who just tried to overturn his 2024 election loss here in North Carolina. Is that a coincidence? Of course it isn't. Here at Cardinal and Pine, we said months ago that North Carolina and the Jefferson Griffin Allison Riggs case was the test case for election deniers. That hasn't changed. Trump and the North Carolina Republican Party are going to keep mucking around with the state's voter rolls in hopes that it makes it easier for them to win. At this point, it's a clear strategy. At least this time, they didn't wait until after the election happened to try to change the rules after the fact, but there's still one big problem. Trump says North Carolina isn't doing enough to prevent voter fraud, but don't be fooled. Republicans have been making this argument in North Carolina for a decade or more, and they've never given any credible evidence of widespread voter fraud in this or any other state. In fact, you could fill several Lord of the Rings sized volumes with the research on voter fraud, which turns out to be extremely rare in the United States and here in North Carolina. You're more likely to get struck by lightning while riding a shark in a snowstorm than you are to actually meet one of these fake voters. Don't believe me? We're going to fill the comments on this post with the nonpartisan research on this, which I promise you is much more reliable than that random meme you saw on the internet about voter fraud. No, illegal immigrants aren't voting. They're charged with a crime if they do. And when there are allegations of illegal voting, it's almost always voters who made honest mistakes. And even then, it's very rare. We're talking dozens. Elections are separated by hundreds, thousands, millions of votes, not dozens. But Republicans and Trump are using this great big boogeyman of voter fraud to justify state and federal proposals that will make it harder for actual eligible voters to vote. Or it might toss eligible voters off the voting rolls. It's why MAGA voters believe Trump's repeated lies about elections. They believe, as Trump's told them, that Democrats can only win with the help of fake voters. Nobody benefits from this lie except Donald Trump. Trump voters certainly don't benefit. They're being taken for a ride, but they're running out of time to wake up. Stop believing every conspiracy theory about this, except the conspiracy being perpetrated right in front of your eyes by President Trump. Trump wants you to believe that he cannot lose an election unless his opponents cheated, which is straight out of the tyrant playbook, y'all. It's like step one or two. We'll keep an eye on this lawsuit here at Cardinal Pine, so make sure to follow this page. Also, if you like these explanations from a grumpy old print journalist, that's me, then make sure you sign up for Cardinal Pine's daily newsletter. It's free, award winning, and it takes about 2 minutes or less to read while putting all the news of North Carolina into one big picture context.